Hi friends, in this generation, many people believe that living alone without marriage is the best way to live. They think marriage is a burden and responsibility is suffering. But do you know? According to our ancient scriptures, what actually happens if a person does not get married? Is marriage only for worldly life? Or is it also a sacred duty connected to Dharma, ancestors, and future generations? Today's story will reveal a powerful truth from our ancient wisdom. Long ago, there lived a great sage named Jarat Karu. He was a great scholar, a strict celibate, and a person filled with immense spiritual power. Jarat Karu belonged to the Yayavara lineage, meaning he was born into a Brahmin clan that lived by wandering from house to house and surviving on alms. He was the only heir born in that lineage. The meaning of the name Jarat Karu is as follows. Jara means worn out or decayed. Karu means a large body, because the sage dried up his wife's body through severe penance. He came to be known by the name Jarat Karu. However, Jarat Karu was a great ascetic. He believed in performing severe penance and decided to remain a lifelong celibate with no attachment to worldly life, marriage, family life, and progeny. He believed all these only drag a living being into whirlpools of bondage and are of no use in attaining liberation. Because of this strong belief, Jarat Karu chose the path of celibacy. Apart from penance and Vedic study, Jarat Karu had no other focus in life. One day, while wandering through a forest, he heard some voices. Wondering whose voices are these, he looked closely and saw something strange. At a short distance, inside a large pit, some sages were hanging upside down, holding onto the root of a tree named Viranam. They were surviving only on sunlight as their food. At the same time, a large mouse was slowly gnawing at the roots of that tree, one by one. Finally, only one root remained. If the mouse were to gnaw that root also, all the sages hanging there would fall into the pit and be pushed into hellish worlds. Seeing this, Jarat Karu approached them and said, "Who are you? The root you are holding onto is being gnawed by a mouse. If that root breaks completely, you will fall down and perish. Seeing your condition fills me with great sorrow. I wish to use all my accumulated penance to save you. Please, give me permission." Then, those sages spoke as follows. "You are an aged celibate and wish to save us, but this suffering cannot be removed by your penance. We too possess penance power. However, because our family lineage is being destroyed, we are suffering in this terrible hell. Even though you are old, you are showing compassion toward us. So, listen to our words patiently." They continued, "Dear child, we are Yayavara Brahmins, wanderers. Because there is no continuation of our lineage, Yama, in the form of a mouse, is gnawing away the merits we earned in the past. The one responsible for this is Jarat Karu, who was born in our family. Without caring for lineage, welfare, or the attainment of higher worlds for ancestors, he remains absorbed only in celibacy, penance, and Vedic study. Because of him, we are suffering this condition. Whoever you are, you came like a relative and listened to our pain. If you happen to see that Jarat Karu, please tell him everything we are suffering and request him, out of compassion, to relieve us." They lamented, "Family life is a divine path for liberation. It is unfortunate that even after studying the Vedas, he does not understand this truth. Because of such people, Dharma is destroyed and lineages are ruined. After hearing everything, Jarat Karu realized that he himself was the cause of their suffering. He then introduced himself, saying that he himself was Jarat Karu. He accepted his mistake and vowed with purity of thought, word, and deed that he would marry soon, beget children, and ensure that his ancestors attain higher worlds. However, he placed one condition. The girl he marries must also be named Jaratkari. Hearing this condition, the forefathers sighed, wondering what fate awaited them, and prayed for good to happen. Jarat Karu then set out from there, walking and calling aloud, "Is there anyone who will give me a maiden named Jaratkari in marriage? I am marrying not for worldly pleasure, but only to liberate my ancestors." Thus, Jarat Karu wandered across many lands in search of a bride. However, due to his old age, no one was willing to give their daughter in marriage to him. Moreover, his rule of marrying only a girl with the same name was another obstacle. Because of this, Jarat Karu became deeply sorrowful. He went into the middle of the forest and cried aloud, "O moving and unmoving beings of this world, please understand my pain. I tried to marry for the welfare of my ancestors and for progeny, but I failed. Please grant me a maiden suitable for my wish as alms." Some Nagas nearby heard his lament and informed their brother and king, Vasuki. Vasuki knew Jarat Karu's power, abilities, and conditions. Immediately, Vasuki adorned his sister, Jaratkari, as a bride and took her to Jarat Karu, requesting him to marry her. Jarat Karu said, "O king of Nagas, even after marriage, the responsibility of maintaining your sister must be yours. She should never do anything that displeases me. If she does, I will abandon her immediately." Vasuki agreed to these conditions. Thus, Jarat Karu married Jaratkari with great splendor and ceremony. All the sages blessed the newlywed couple. Jaratkari, the Naga maiden, lived as a devoted wife, serving her husband and living exactly according to his wishes. According to the law of time, it is natural for a woman to conceive after attaining maturity. Through Jarat Karu's presence, Jaratkari became pregnant. The child in her womb grew day by day, glowing like fire, filled with ascetic power. One evening, during twilight, Jarat Karu slept with his head resting on his pregnant wife's lap. The sun was setting. Jaratkari feared that it would be sinful for her husband to sleep without offering water to the sun during twilight. But she remembered the conditions of her marriage. If she disturbed his sleep, he would abandon her. If she did not wake him, he would incur a breach of Dharma. After deep thought, she decided that it was better for her to be abandoned than for her husband to commit a sin. She woke him and reminded him of his duty. Enraged, Jarat Karu said, "You violated my condition and insulted me. I cannot live with someone who cannot keep her word. I abandon you this very moment." Jaratkari trembled and pleaded with tears, "My lord, I did not do this to insult you. I only acted to prevent you from committing a sin." Jaratkaru replied, "O virtuous woman, I gave up celibacy only for Dharma, not for bodily pleasure. Keeping my word is my foremost duty. You violated my condition, so separation is inevitable." Then Jaratkari said, "My lord, when my brother Vasuki gave me to you in marriage, he said that our Naga clan, cursed by our mother, would be saved only through your offspring. By your grace, I am now pregnant. Is it righteous to abandon me at this time?" Jaratkaru replied, "Do not grieve. The child in your womb will be radiant like fire. a great ascetic, master of the Vedas and Vedhangas. Through him, the Naga clan will be redeemed. Saying this, Jarat Karu left for his place of penance. Jaratkari then went to Vasuki and told him everything. Vasuki rejoiced, knowing that the salvation of the Naga lineage was assured, and took great care of his sister. When the time came, Jaratkari gave birth to a son. He was named Astika. After Astika's birth, all his ancestors were freed from their suffering and attained the higher worlds, finally finding peace and liberation. Astika grew up in the house of his maternal uncle, Vasuki. When he reached the age of 5 and completed his sacred thread ceremony, Vasuki sent him to Sage Ravana of the Bhrigu lineage for education. In a very short time, Astika mastered all knowledge. At that time, King Janmejaya, ruler of Hastinapura, began a serpent sacrifice to destroy the serpent race, blaming them for the death of his father Parikshit. Bound by Vedic mantras, countless serpents fell into the sacrificial fire and were burned to ashes. Fearing the curse, Takshaka sought refuge with Indra, who granted him protection. As the sacrifice continued, Vasuki asked Astika to stop it and save the serpent race from extinction. Astika went to the sacrificial arena with firm resolve. Like a second Vamana, he impressed everyone with his wisdom. Pleased, Janmejaya offered him a boon. Astika said, "O king, enough of this serpent sacrifice. Stop it here. This is my wish." True to his word, Janmejaya stopped the sacrifice midway. Thus, because of Astika, the serpent race was saved from destruction. All Nagas became eternally grateful to him. Astika became their revered deity. Jaratkari Manasa became famous as the worshipped goddess of serpents. This story teaches us that marriage is not just for personal happiness, but also a sacred responsibility toward Dharma, ancestors, and future generations. May this ancient wisdom guide us in our lives. If this story touched your heart, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Aum Namah Shivaya.